Yo, what's good, man? What's good? It's your boy, Frankie Boo, man. Coming at you once again, man, with another episode, man, of Vertical Talk, man. As customary, man, let me send my shout outs, man, to the old head upstairs, man, who continues to guide me, bless me, and protect me, man. You know what I mean? Let me also, you know what I'm saying, send a salute to the brothers and sisters that are still going through the struggle, man. You know what I'm saying? And fighting, hopefully fighting, man, to get to where I'm at right now, man, enjoying the blessings that he's given me. Today, man, gotta let y'all know, man, the streets is dirty, man. Streets is real dirty, man, in the sense of, man, an individual, man, and for the last 2 decades, man, the streets is definitely, man, respected or appreciated, man. And that's the boy Big Meech, man, B.M.F, man. You heard? It ain't looking too good. Matter of fact, it ain't looking good at all. You know what I mean? Concerning, you know, the paperwork that's now surfacing in the words of, you know what I mean, Dion Cuffy Gatlin, man, who seems to be very credible, man, in his accounts of, what took place. You know what I mean? And that's to me, man, that's an ugly look, man, because I was one of those individuals, man, that definitely, man, was a part of that era, man, and enjoying the look of BMF, man, when I was in them streets, man, the way that I was in them streets, man. So, when Rick Ross came out with I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover, getting work. Hallelujah. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? But now to, look back, man, or to even, stand in the presence of where I'm at now, man, and see and understand what this man has done to another friend now. Let's say that to another friend, just like 50 was his friend, and we're gonna go into it. But to another friend, man, I wonder, man, if Ross would have knew now back then what this man had potentially did, would he have ever equated or placed that man's name alongside of a person like Larry Hoover? You know what I'm saying? One of the elders, one of the stand-up individuals, man, that, you know what I'm saying, uh, 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 has stood, that is still languishing, man, inside of the hard confines of a supermax like ADX. You know what I mean? Shout out to the brothers, man, the stand-up brothers, man, that are languishing still in ADX, man. Supermax, man. Mr. Larry Hoover, salute. You dig? Pistol Pete, salute. You know what I mean? Rod Dig, salute. You know what I mean? Just to name a few. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this is ugly work, man, because again, man, you know, uh this man, not only shows us that, he's just no good, and I say that in a sense of where's your morals at, man? Where's your loyalty at? And let's start with the likes of an individual who knew you prior to 50 knowing you. Because Dion is saying, that he's known you since 91, that you've ate at his mother's house, he's ate at your mother's house. You know what I mean? That y'all had a friendship, y'all had a relationship, that he actually placed you in a position, excuse me, to really get bread. So for you to do what it is that he said you've done in order to get a 10-year time cut is nasty. It's nasty. You dig? But the similarities is, and what makes it believable to me, my opinion, allegedly, is that you're showing a pattern, that this is what you do. Because on the other hand now, 50, while you were away, And I'm not going to say you were unable, but there's a possibility that maybe you were unable. I don't know how much money you still had or how much money that, the lawyers and so forth and so on may have took from you. You know, I want to believe, and I do believe that you was not financially twisted. You know what I mean? When you entered the federal prison system. However, 50 did an honorable thing, man, and took on the responsibility of at least mentoring the child that you had left out here, man, and your son, Lil Meech, sending him to acting school, giving him the opportunity to continue to financially take care of a family that was probably already comfortable with the lifestyle that you had given them while you were outside of those walls. Only to have you come home and start dealing with his arch enemy. Only to have you come home and smack him in his face for everything that he did for you and your family, because he made a way. He made a way for your child to eat. He made a way for your family to eat that was attached to your child. He made a way for you to eat. Because I'm sure your little man was sending you bread inside there. This is nasty. This is nasty. And now the evidence is out in black and white that you done became the master splinter. The big homie of B.M.F has become the master splinter. And took down by lining his man, lining a friend up with someone in the name or by the name of Tammy Cowan in order to get lined up by the DEA, receiving a 27-year sentence in prison just for being your friend. That's some dirty shit. That's dirty. And it's crazy. And it goes back to something my little bro Chip was saying on, one of the platforms. And my response was, bro, I was never active just to be active. I knew exactly why I was active. I knew exactly what I was doing. And I understood and knew the consequences that came with what I was doing. And I say that to say that my old heads bred me to understand the polarity, the duality of things that exist in this universe. The good, the bad, the ups, the down, the east, the west, the north, the south, the hots, the cold. You dig? So for everything that you do in a criminal line, you have ramifications and consequences. For those of you who may have been in the criminal world, man, and trust me, it's only a small amount that really have navigated and made it through without ever having to feel a knife, a bullet, or receive some kind of substantial time in a state prison or federal prison, I salute you. But for most of us who walk that line and are doing criminal or taking part in criminal activities, the components that are attached to that are all of the above. You may get stabbed, you may get robbed, you may get shot, you may go to prison, or you may get a part of all of those and some more that exist. Meech, you ugly boy. Your heart is ugly. Your mind is ugly. And it really, messes with me due to the fact that I don't see how you come home and get embraced by individuals, whether they're rappers or street individuals, get embraced by other individuals who stood tall, you know, men and women who stood tall. But because your name was Big Meech before you left, these so-called rappers who like to yell out, "Stop snitching, I ain't no rat," or "I ain't this," or "I ain't that," are the same ones that embraced you, the same ones that put bread in your pocket, the same ones that gave you VVS's chains and so forth and so on. Why aren't you ostracized? Why aren't you made to feel like a pariah? Shit is crazy. You are responsible. You, Demetrius Flannery, are responsible, allegedly, for a man that you, I would believe, considered a friend, and without question, from hearing him speak, considered you a friend. But maybe again, you know what? Maybe this is reminiscent to the fact of Cameron when he played the character of Alpo in Paid in Full. When he got snatched up, he told him, "Listen, I'll tell on anybody from DC. I just ain't telling on nobody from Harlem because I got to go back there." Maybe that's your sentiments, or those were your sentiments. It's nasty. It's real nasty, bro. You became the Rico of Big Rico. Big Rico. Wow. You done ate the banana. You done ate the banana. Which brand was it? Was it Chiquita? Was it Dole? Which banana did you eat, man? Which brand of banana did you eat, Big Meech? You soiled a reputation that street individuals could honestly look up to and say, you know what? Whether or not they're in the politically correct arena right now, for the era in which they lived aside along the B.M.F era, they could say, yo, them dudes, man, showed camaraderie, showed individuals, man, sticking together, getting to some bread, and living a life that some people, or maybe even a lot of people, just dream. I was one of those dudes. To now realize that, guess what? You're right. There'll never be another B.M.F. You know, I really don't believe that, because I believe there's people out there right now that's probably getting to the money, who's head honcho, who's big jefe like you, who's, you know what I'm saying, who's chief. Soon as they get smacked by DEA or the feds or so forth and so on, they're gonna do the same thing that you did. They're gonna do the same thing that you did. Look for a way out. You dig? At the expense of somebody else who was only doing the same thing that you were doing. And that's trying to get money. And that's trying to help a person who really didn't have the love for them that they had for you. You a Sour Patch Kid, bro. Yeah, you a Sour Patch Kid. You the master splinter. You the type of individuals that I'm telling these young brothers and sisters to beware of, man. In the sense of, man, go to work. And if you don't want to listen to the words that I'm saying about going to work or getting you a 9 to 5, man, and living a life that can be conducive to you, you know, remaining in the streets, remaining with your family, and not having to worry about placing yourself in a position to have to deal with circumstances and ramifications or consequences that you're not prepared to deal with in the likes of a 30-year bid or a 10-year bid or even a life bid, in the sense of you getting shot or stabbed critically or going to prison for life. I hope you are very careful, man, and diligent, man, in knowing who you're dealing with in them streets and knowing whether or not that person truly stands on the morals or the principles they so loosely speak out of their mouth. Oh, I'm this, man. I'm one of the realest. I'm such and such. Yo, I would never do this. Yeah, all right. You hear me? Yeah, all right. You know how many times I heard that? You know how many times I've seen that pressure bust the pipes of them so-called gangsters? This is ugly, man. This is real ugly, man. Word, man. B.M.F, man. Big Meech is foul. You know? B.M.F. Big Meech is fraud. It's ugly work, man. Word. You couldn't have told me that this existed. You couldn't have told me, man. But now to hear it, man, and listen, it's not unbelievable. I done seen it. I've done seen it over and over again, man. You know, but this wasn't expected. This wasn't expected. I'm just speaking vertically, man. This wasn't expected. And to see what somebody of your status has done. Now your son got to look at you like, this is my dad. I'm not even sure whether or not he may have known. I almost want to say he didn't, because when people do unsavory acts like that, they don't want nobody to really know. You know, salutes to the boy Cuffy, man. You know, salutes to all the individuals, man, who befriended another individual, man, and thought the highest and had the highest regards for him, but are now either, God bless your soul, dead or in prison with an exorbitant amount of time because of an individual that you befriended and thought was solid like you. Salutes, man. Word. And understand this, man, because I've no longer lived the street life. However, I come from it, so I understand it. So when I say that I have certain sentiments, it's not because I still promote any of the things that I once promoted or lived. It's to say, again, I understand. And when you live a certain lifestyle, you are supposed to understand all of the elements or the components that come with that lifestyle. And in the street life, there's but a few. There's but a few. And my old heads bred me to understand that the lifestyle that I live, I had better understood that the potential of me going to prison, being stabbed, being shot, being robbed, and at the very end of it, being killed were factors that existed. They told me, yo, boy, what you doing in these streets when they catch up to you in the form of you possibly going to prison? You better come back to the block. You better come back to the hood the same way you left, and that's standing upright with your head high, knowing that guess what? You didn't even think about taking somebody else down. You did what you had to do and held yourself accountable for the things that you were doing in the street. So when I went and broke jewelry store windows, when I was on robbing sprees, when I was on boosting, when I was on selling drugs, I knew what was attached to that. Little brothers and sisters, I hope y'all know what's attached to the things that y'all are doing out there in the world, homie. I hope y'all are able to stand 10 toes down and hold yourself accountable and don't blame it on nobody else, because I'm letting you know. And other brothers are letting you know. A lot of the dudes or females that you think is gonna be in your corner when you catch that 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, 20 year, 30 year life bid. And and that takes me back to 50 doing what he did for your family. Ply says in one of his joints, it be your dudes, man, that go to prison that do certain individuals look out for, man, for the time that they're in prison, and they come home and start rocking with the dude that ain't do nothing for them. Start rocking with the chick that ain't did nothing for them while they was in prison. I don't know. I didn't hear Rose making movie deals for your family. I didn't hear Rose, doing anything. Not to say that he didn't. Maybe behind the scenes he was sending you bread. However, 50 didn't just send you bread. He gave your child away. He taught him how to fish. He didn't just feed him a plate so that little Meech have to come begging to him for food every day. He showed him how to hunt, how to fish. So therefore, big little Meech could continue feeding himself and the family that you left behind when you went to prison. Gotta respect that. I gotta respect that. You did wrong, bro. You know, you did wrong. That's just what it is. Ain't no way around it. You took down your man. You took down the person that held you in high regards. The paperwork is there. You dig? Um, and it's an ugly look, man. You know, shout out, man, to the boy Sean G, man. Podcast with Soul, man. You know, whose diligent pursuit in uncovering and unveiling, the BS that Big Meech has did and thought was hidden, has uncovered, man. Big shout out, man, to the boy, man. Podcast with Soul, Sean G, man. You know what I mean? And to the other, you know what I'm saying, platforms that are, definitely, pushing, pushing this situation, man, to the likes of the people, man. The hood love TV, man, and so forth and so on, man. The Harlem Legends, man. Yeah, man, this is ugly work, man. This is ugly work, man. Demetrius Flannery, man, you did bad, man. You know what I'm saying? One of this era's, iconic individuals, man, or should I say, iconic street individuals, man, who we thought made it home, who we thought and we believed up until now made it home, standing 10 toes down, man, was actually standing on the palms of his feet. His toes wasn't even attached. Wherever y'all see the brother, man, just pull up, man. Pull up on him, man, and give him a banana. Just give him a banana, you know? And from now on, man, it's Big Rico. It's Big Rico. You know what I mean? He can't even be considered Big Meech no more. It's Big Rico, man. You know? Yo, man, it's your boy, FB, man. You know what I'm saying? Bringing you another vertical talk, man. Hopefully giving it to you, man, in the realest form I could possibly give it to you, man. I'm about to sign out of this joint the same way I came in, giving my love, giving my prayers to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I hope that he continue to send down his blessings and sending my salutes, man, to the brothers and sisters that are still languishing in them walls, man. You know what I mean? Continue to fight, man. Continue to struggle to be on this side, man. You heard? With that being said, man, and that being, given to you, man, I'm out, man. Vertical talk. One.